He spat the first mouthful into the fire, shaking his head, yet no one told him to stop because they all knew what came if he refused it. Wormwood was known for its bitterness, but it was the harm it could cause that people remembered most clearly. Even so, it was taken when other choices had already failed, when waiting any longer carried its own risk. The illness had lingered too long, leaving his strength uneven and his breath short even without movement. The elder said little, only preparing the herb again with the same careful measure used each time it was brought out. They believed it drove sickness outward, but only if the body could withstand its force. Some warned that taking it weakened those already struggling, pushing the body further than it could safely endure. Others believed doing nothing would allow the illness to take hold completely, leaving no chance for recovery. The decision had been made before the first cup was prepared, even if no one had spoken it aloud. He took the second mouthful without spitting, forcing it down as the bitterness settled heavily in his throat. The taste lingered longer than expected, and the room remained silent as they waited to see how the body would respond. With Wormwood, it was never the taking that mattered most, but what followed afterward. The bitterness stayed with him long after swallowing, settling low in his chest as the others watched for signs it would turn. At first, nothing changed, and that stillness carried its own unease, as if the body had yet to decide its response. Then his breathing shifted slightly, deeper but uneven, drawing attention back to the chest where the herb was believed to act. One of the villagers stepped closer, uncertain whether to help or remain back, as if movement itself might disturb the process. The elder raised a hand slightly, not to stop them fully, but to remind them that this moment required patience more than action. They believed the herb forced the body to respond, and interfering too soon could weaken that response. His breath steadied slightly, though not fully, and the tension in the room shifted without anyone acknowledging it aloud. No one spoke of improvement because naming it too soon was believed to invite its loss. The cup remained on the table, untouched now, holding what was left of the mixture as if it still carried weight. Outside, the thaw continued, though the air remained cold enough to remind them winter had not yet passed. The man shifted his weight without strain, a small change that drew attention, even though no one spoke of it. Wormwood had not proven itself yet, but it had not taken more than the body could give. By late afternoon he stood without support, though his balance remained careful, as if testing strength he did not yet fully trust. His breath came more evenly now, though each inhalation still carried a trace of effort that had not yet faded. No one prepared more of the herb because they believed pressing further could undo what little steadiness had been gained. The elder watched from a distance, no longer guiding each movement, allowing the body to settle without interference. They believed the herb had already done what it could, and that pushing further would shift the balance toward harm. Outside, the thaw had widened, exposing more of the earth that would soon demand labor from those only beginning to recover. The villagers moved more steadily, though none tested their strength beyond what was required for the day. The herb remained where it was kept, not hidden, but never placed where it might be used without thought. It was remembered not as a cure, but as something that required judgment, carried forward with both respect and hesitation. What they carried forward was not certainty, but the understanding that survival depended on knowing when to stop. Wormwood had not removed the danger, only allowed them to move through it without making it worse than it already was. These were the choices that carried people through uncertain seasons, subscribed to ancient ways for more forgotten knowledge.